Good morning and welcome back to the Driver's Hub, and welcome to another episode of Kitna Deti Hai. And today we want to find out what is the real world mileage of this thing over here. This is a Tata Punch and this is the automatic variant. If you guys remember, we had gotten the manual variant a couple of weeks ago, and now Tata has sent us the auto variant. I want to see how it is to drive on a daily basis. What we're going to be doing today is going to be doing all of our daily errands at the Driver's Hub. We'll be going down to mechanics, we'll be giving the car a wash, doing our work, going for lunch, doing all of that stuff. And it's a good switch up for me from a European car to an Indian car as a daily driver. As you know, these are two of my cars over here. One is a Skoda Kushaq and the other is a Stage 2 Skoda Laura. So I want to see how this thing fares in the day-to-day life. I've driven this before extensively, but let's see how the automatic fares. So as you just saw, I reset trip B, and now that will tell us what sort of fuel economy we're going to be getting all day today. So I'm not going to lie to you, we're not going to be trying to extract the most fuel economy out. We just want to use it how you would usually use it, so that even you guys get an understanding as to what happens in a real scenario. So that's the whole point of this series. So we're not going to be extracting the most amount of fuel economy, we're not going to be hypermiling the car by any means. Apart from that, let me just tell you what all I have been getting for the past couple of days. So I've had this car for I think so 3-4 days now, and I was getting around 13 kmpl on an average dozen, I think so, highway and city combined. Currently the fuel is like a couple of bars below half of a tank. The range is showing 161 kilometers. So yeah, let's see how it is. And while we're going to be doing all these talking shots, once Bhavneet joins us, we'll be talking more about how it is to drive, how it is to live with on a daily basis. So we're going to be doing all of that, so stay tuned.
Now, while Soham is looking nice and sexy for us cleaning the car, let's just talk about the looks, shall we? In terms of design, the car is quite boxy. It has a really pretty concave bonnet with nice muscular shoulders on the side. It's got 887 mm of ground clearance, and it's gotten every page off of the SUV book. It's got body cladding around, and it also shares the dual headlamp styling like the Harrier, which looks really nice. All in all, the dual tone and the choice of colors are very nice. In fact, my favorite touch is the front horn placement. It looks exactly like air intake duct, and it might put some people off, and it's actually quite a quirky feature to talk about. As you can see, the car has also got active aero for
Not
better
active, but heavy aero.
for mileage.
So we just went to mechanics, cleaned the car, and I think so we've done more damage than anything else, because I mean the car is even more dirty. We don't know how to clean cars. But let's get on to the topic of how this thing is to drive. So I mean, you've seen our video on the Punch. Hopefully if you haven't, click somewhere, you'll see a link. But The Punch in general is a very good car. Like, the suspension is a highlight feature. It's very comfortable, lots of travel in the suspension, so a very comfortable car to drive. But the main thing that I have a problem with in this particular car is this AMT gearbox, and it's really surprising to see how much a transmission can totally change the way that you look at a car, because the manual car was really good. Like, there was no problem in terms of the driving experience. It was a pretty normal car to drive, whereas the AMT transmission that's in this car, there's no other word but it's just disappointing. I mean, it's not smooth, the gear shifts are super laggy, it takes like a millennia for the gearbox to understand what's going on, and if you drive it in manual mode, yeah, you hear this really irritating bong all of the time if you miss shift or something like that. So the thing that I really don't like about this car is the gearbox, but if you can overlook the gearbox, or if you go for the manual transmission, it's a perfectly fine car to drive on the daily basis. I mean, it's comfortable, it's decently fuel economical. This 1.2 3-cylinder engine is fairly okay on fuel. Not the most refined engine out of there, but has good amounts of grunt, has decent amount of low end torque, so nothing to complain about in that sort of area. The car is spacious enough, I would say, and I think so we've done a comparison in terms of the size difference between a Nexon and a Punch, so I don't think space is going to be an issue in terms of that. And yeah, a pretty decent car to drive on the daily basis, but according to me, go for the manual transmission instead of the AMT, definitely. So we're heading over to lunch. Let's get an update on what sort of fuel economy we're getting. 10.5 kilometers to the liter. That's not really that good, but I think so that's because, you know, we've been starting the car and stopping the car quite a lot inside mechanics itself. So maybe once we get onto the highway, which is where we are right now, we'll get a little bit better.
After stuffing ourselves with some delicious butter chicken, we decided to head back to mechanics and film some reels for Instagram. Follow us over there too, there's a link in the description. Once we were done with that, we decided to head out again on a beautiful back road behind mechanics to film a few shots of the Tata Punch.
It's been a couple of hours since lunch. We went from the lunch spot, which was besides Auto Diesel Performance, all the way back to mechanics. So nothing really eventful happened over there. And now we had come out for a couple of B-roll shots, rolling shots of the car, so that of course we can integrate it into this video itself. And this is basically how our day goes. If we have a car, this is basically what happens throughout the day. So let's just give a quick status update, because there is another leg to this video where we will be going from mechanics to back to my place basically, and that's basically the whole day and how we usually use our cars. So currently we've driven around 31.5 kilometers. We've averaged about 12.1 kilometers to the liter, which is, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing outstanding, but it's not too bad as well. The fuel light has just come on because I think so, as you've noticed, we haven't started on a full tank of fuel. So the fuel level has dropped now, and it's now in the, I guess, refill zone or whatever it's called. So yeah, 12.1 kilometers a liter is satisfactory, but nothing outstanding. But overall, the car has been performing really well. You know our gripes with this car. Gearbox, not our favorite. But apart from that, the car seems to be a really nice daily driver. Let's head back to mechanics, start packing up all of our stuff and head back home. So we've just joined the highway and the fuel economy has just increased by 0.1. Yeah, very nice, I guess. But let's talk about a couple of features that the car has, and let's talk about some things related to fuel economy, because I know this video has kind of gone off track, but let's get back to what this video is about. So The car actually comes with two driving modes. You get city driving and economical driving. So this whole day we've been driving only in city driving mode. So the economy driving button is right here beside the steering wheel. Press on it, you hear this bong, and you're in eco driving. Now, what difference does the eco driving mode make? Well, not a lot. The throttle becomes a little less responsive because you don't want to depress the throttle unnecessarily. So maybe that helps a little bit in fuel economy or increasing your fuel economy. But overall, as a driving experience, is just not that good. Like if you want to do like an overtake, and especially with this slow gearbox, it becomes a little annoying to drive in eco mode. So I'm definitely going to pop it back into city driving. That is much better. Apart from that, you also have this thing on the screen. So first of all, this Harman system, I think you guys know, not our favorite, but it has this trip meter inside the infotainment. So you click on it and it shows you a couple of different metrics as to what the car has been doing. So our metric has been set in trip B because that's where we reset the car in the morning. Shows you a bunch of things, distance traveled. So we traveled a total of 44.5 kilometers today, average fuel economy of 12.8, and it gives you some driving score and efficiency score and safety score and all. Safety is 5 out of 5. Driving is 4.9 out of 5. Yeah, I'm a good driver. And efficiency is 4.1 out of 5, which is, I don't know what to think about it, but yeah, just some information for you. So I think so we're 10-15 minutes away from my home. We'll go and park the car and we'll talk about the final couple of fuel economy figures that we're getting, and we'll get back to you soon. That's it for this video. Let's just quickly talk about what were the final figures. So right now, before getting out of the car, I just checked. We had driven 49.3 kilometers total only today, and the fuel economy at the end that we were getting was 13.2 kmpl. Again, nothing too great, nothing too bad. It's a pretty average score, I would say. Overall, the Tata Punch is a great product. I really like this product. Only thing is, in my opinion, get the manual. Hashtag save the manuals and get the manual, because it is the better gearbox to have. It is the better driving experience. But if the driving experience doesn't really matter for you, you're just a person who cares about going from place A to place B, or if you have a car which already serves the purpose of the weekend warrior, or you just want an automatic and you love the Punch, you have no other option but to get the AMT. I'd personally choose the manual. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know in the comments down below what car next should we get onto this series, which is Kitna Deti Hai. We want you to tell us which car we should get. Comment down below what you think of the Tata Punch. Would you have it in manual or would you have it in automatic? And I will catch you in the next one.